As spring arrives, one question that Alaskans have all over the state as they look out on their garden beds is, when will it be safe to plant the seedlings that we've started inside? What crops can we grow? How can we make our gardens green? Now, this question is not only near and dear to the hearts of Alaskans, but it's also a climate change related question, because as our climate warms, our seasons become longer and the answers to those gardening questions shift. We wanted to find out how much the seasons shift. We wanted to be able to help people answer those questions in a practical sense using the best available climate data and climate projections. And luckily, we had some funding and support from the Alaska Climate Adaptation Science Center, such that researchers at the International Arctic Research Center here at UAF were able to create a tool called the Alaska Garden Helper. And you can access that tool online. It's easy to use. What it does is it gives you the power to look at your own community, wherever that may be around the state, and look at data, look at graphs for the length of growing season. In other words, the time between the last cold day in spring and the first cold day in the fall, so that you can figure out how much time you have for crops to grow. It also allows you to look at annual minimum temperatures projected for coming decades. How cold might it get to be in the winter time, as well as the more typical hardiness zones, like similar to the maps that the USDA uses that look at coldest winter temperatures. You can also look at growing degree days. These are a little less familiar to many people, but it's a measure of accumulated heat over the growing season, over the summer season. And it can help tell you what kinds of crops might be possible in your area. Different plants require different cumulative growing degree days. So this is a tool that anyone can access, anyone can play with, and it's based on the best available climate projections for coming decades. Now, you might not be planning your garden all the way out to the year 2100, but you have that option. It also gives you a really clear idea of what's happening with climate change around the state. As our gardens grow, so does natural vegetation grow. So it can give you some indication of just how large these changes are in terms of plant growth.